Okay, that gorgeous finished basement suite in the listing photos, there's a real chance the city has never heard of it. No permit, no inspection, and no records exist. And when there's something goes wrong, the bill has your name on it and not the seller's. So in episode 1, we talked about what a home inspection actually catches. In episode 2, we went deep into strata documents. And today we're going to go somewhere where your inspector doesn't go, down to the City Hall, or more accurately, the online permits record at the City of Surrey. Here's the thing that nobody explains to first time buyers, that when someone renovates a house, adds a basement suite, moves a wall, finishes an attic, rewires a room, they're supposed to pull a permit. The city inspects it, signs off on it, and puts it on record. That record is the house's medical history. And a shocking number of Surrey homes have a gap in that history. Let me be specific about why this matters. Say you're looking at a house in Newton with a two-bedroom basement suite, rental income, right? And the that's half the reason you can afford that place. Now, was that suite permitted? That's the question. Because if it wasn't, you've got a few problems stacked on top of each other. Problem number one is that your lender might not count that rental income if the suite is unauthorized, which changes what you qualify for. Problem number two is that insurance. If there's a fire in the unpermitted suite with unpermitted wiring, your insurer can look at you and go, yeah, we're not paying for that. And then there's problem three. And then there's problem three. And this is the one that stings. The city can order you to remove it. Tear out the kitchen, restore it to original, all on your dime. Unpermitted work is like buying a used car where someone did the brake job themselves in the driveway. Maybe it's fine, maybe it's great. But you have no paperwork, no warranty, and you find out the truth at the worst possible moment, usually while moving. Here's how you can actually check this, and it's not hard. City of Surrey has an online permit search. You pull the addresses and you can see the permits that were issued and roughly when. And then you can compare them with what you're seeing in the house. The basement that's clearly finished but zero finished permits on file. That's a flag. An electrical panel that looks brand new but no electrical permit. That's another red flag. The gap between what exists and what's on record. That's the whole game. I had a couple looking in Clayton last year, but beautiful house, unpermitted basement suite. We did not walk away. We used it, priced in the cost of either legalizing it or lose the income, and knocked it off the offer. They still bought the house. They just didn't pay for the problems that the seller created. That's the difference between finding the stuff before you offer versus after you own it. One is a negotiating chip, the other is a renovation you did not budget for. What I tell every first time buyer who sits down with me, check the permit records on anything that looks recently improved. The prettier the reno, the more you want to know the paperwork. Next episode, we're getting into the seller side of all things, the disclosure statement, what sellers in BC are legally required to tell you, what they can conveniently forget, and where the lies actually live. Because a permit records tell you what the house has been through, a disclosure statement is supposed to tell you what the sellers know. And the space between those two documents is where the buyers lose the most money.